A gray, frozen desert. Familiar. Harmless from a distance. But the moment Artemis II slipped behind the far side, that illusion began to break. Because what waited there wasn't peaceful silence. It was the kind of silence that makes you aware of everything that could go wrong. No signal from Earth. No live communication. No atmosphere. No safety net. Just a black, lifeless world beneath them, and space pressing in from every direction. The first thing that disappeared wasn't the moon. It was Earth. As the Orion spacecraft passed behind the lunar horizon, the moon itself blocked all communication. Radio signals, gone. Telemetry, gone. Voices from mission control, gone. For about 40 minutes, the crew became the most isolated humans in history. Nearly 400,000 kilometers from home, with an entire world between them and everyone else alive. That's not just distance. That's separation. Then came the visual shock. While crossing the far side, the crew witnessed a solar eclipse from lunar orbit. But unlike anything seen from Earth, there was no atmosphere to soften it. No glow. No sky. No gradient. The moon didn't look illuminated. It looked like a hole. A perfect black disk cutting into reality, blocking both the sun and Earth at once. In that moment, every visual anchor vanished. No sunlight. No home. No horizon that felt safe. Just darkness, and the hum of a spacecraft keeping them alive. But the real shock came from the surface itself. Because the moon wasn't still. It was active. During the flyby, the crew observed multiple flashes of light across the far side. Not reflections. Not glitches. Impacts. Small meteoroids striking the lunar surface at extreme speeds, so fast that the collisions briefly turned rock into light. On Earth, we're protected. Our atmosphere burns most incoming debris before it reaches the ground. The moon has no such shield. Even a tiny fragment, no bigger than a pebble, can hit with explosive force. Enough to vaporize itself, and part of the surface. What Artemis revealed was simple, but unsettling: the moon is still being hit. Constantly. The far side isn't a dead landscape. It's a live impact zone. And then there were the shadows. On Earth, darkness is softened by air. Light scatters. Shapes fade. Depth makes sense. But on the moon, there is no atmosphere. Light doesn't fade. It stops. Completely. From orbit, valleys didn't look dark, they looked empty. Crater interiors became perfect black voids. Places where depth simply disappeared. Astronauts described it as looking into holes, with no bottom. And that creates a real problem. Because human vision depends on contrast and atmosphere to judge distance. Without those cues, a shallow dip and a mile-deep crater can look exactly the same. On the far side, your eyes can't be trusted. And for future missions, that's not just unsettling, it's dangerous. Then came something even more subtle. But just as important. During the flyby, the spacecraft recorded a slight increase in velocity, small but beyond prediction. In deep space navigation, even tiny deviations matter. Because returning to Earth requires hitting a narrow atmospheric corridor with precision. This kind of anomaly has been seen before, during close planetary flybys. And it still isn't fully understood. Which means even here, even now, the moon isn't completely solved. At the same time, the crew is flying during an active phase of the sun's cycle. And the moon offers almost no protection. No global magnetic field. No atmosphere. Nothing to shield against high-energy particles. Radiation levels rose. Inside the spacecraft, astronauts reported seeing flashes of light, with their eyes closed. A known effect caused by cosmic particles interacting directly with the retina. In other words, they weren't just measuring space. They were feeling it. And that's what changed everything. The far side didn't reveal something mysterious or artificial. It revealed something more real. More uncomfortable. That the moon is not a calm destination. It's a hostile environment. A place where impacts still happen in real time. Where shadows break human perception. Where radiation affects the human body. And where even small physical uncertainties can matter. For future missions, that has consequences. Habitats may need to be buried under lunar soil for protection. Navigation will depend more on sensors than human vision. Communication will require constant relay systems just to stay connected. Nothing about the far side is simple. And that may be the most important realization of all. For decades, the moon felt like the next easy step. A stepping stone before Mars. But Artemis II showed something different. The far side isn't just unexplored. It's unforgiving. A proving ground where physics, engineering, and human limits are all tested at once. In the end, the cameras didn't capture fantasy. They captured